20-year-old car, what's your image of that? Maybe falling apart, kind of rusty. On
Teacher
its way
car.
Out.
I was going to say my car.
You know, typical teacher car. So numbers without context have no meanings. And Rahm Emanuel said, I'm going to shut down 50 schools. Where do you pick that number up? Oh, so he could be the biggest and baddest at something. Because this is probably some kind of sick competition with Bloomberg and whoever else he's in, buddies with. Because I'm sure that's the kind of stuff they do. Right? But 50. So the notion that that's okay, when people ask him, this is insane, this is crazy, we are going to give our kids a high-quality education. That's his answer to everything. Mayor Rahm Emanuel, why'd you cuss Lewis out? We are going to give our children a high-quality education. Because doesn't that sound good? Isn't that the narrative we want to hear? But not only is it the narrative we want to hear, it's the narrative we want to believe. Because our children deserve a quality education. But when in the history of Chicago, Illinois, or just about any place else across this country, have poor Black and Latino children ever had access to a high-quality education in their neighborhoods? Never. I can tell you when. Never. So we need to be aware of the stories we tell. Stop using the word failing schools. No longer. The word is abandoned schools. Or come up with something else. But stop labeling our children. Stop labeling the buildings and stop labeling the people who do the work. How do you have a narrative that says teachers and paraprofessionals and clinicians do not care about children? And that people believe it? Think about how sick that is. But some rich guy living in Seattle loves your children. He loves them. Some rich guy in Seattle can get on TV with his wife, look dead into the camera and say, education is a civil rights issue of our time. The guy that runs this place has said that too. But, okay, did I miss something where the rich white people were discussing civil rights and they had a meeting about it and decided? Did I miss something?
I'm playing the race card.
I think we all did. We were not invited to that party.
The plutocracy.
No, they're the oligarchs. The plutocracy serves them.
There you go.
So, I know, right?
There you go.
Us we're teachers, right? That's what we do. So I'm going to ask you, well, I think this is wonderful that we're standing around making speeches. I think it's really important that we start thinking about real action, real strategy, and real tactics. That's infinitely more important. Even though, thank you for inviting me, and I wouldn't have missed it. We need to have an opportunity to sit down amongst ourselves. This brain power is too important to not utilize appropriately.
Exactly.
And I would ask that you do something, because I'm a believer in the narrative, so let's think about three things. Whatever decisions you make, you should always ask yourself these three questions first. Does it make us stronger? Does it unite us? And does it build our power? This is important, and I'm going to tell you why. When we started as members of rank and file, coming out of the classroom into union leadership, there were a million things we could have done and chosen to do. And there are always so many more items on our plate than we can actually tackle. But we use as a guiding principle the notion of, will this unite our union? Because our union, when we took over, was fragmented. Like most unions, people weren't involved, they didn't feel part of it, it was just those people there, and we're doing this. And we asked ourselves, every step of the way, is what we're doing going to unite us? And if it didn't, even if it was a great idea, we took it off the plate. We said, we'll have to do that later. Did it make us stronger? And did it build our power? I would tell you, 30,000 people in the streets of Chicago built our power. And that was a lot of people doing the work. It wasn't just a few people at the top, and it certainly wasn't just me. So I want to make very clear, these people come up to me like I actually did that. I don't have the magic wand. I'm going to go buy one though.